Good evening. Welcome to the commencement ceremonies for the Issaquah High School class of 2018. Could everyone please stand for the singing of the national anthem and the Alma Mater by Issaquah High School's Mix It Up.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
And the rockets and the rockets from Heaven's mercy gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Hail to thee, our alma mater, we thy praises sing. Through the years your light shines brighter, truth and joy to bring. Issaquah hearts enfold the purple and the gold. We, thy sons and daughters, love thee, Alma Mater dear.
Will you all please be seated? I would like to welcome Issaquah Board President Lisa Callan and members Dr. Harlan Gallinger, Marnie Milando, Ann Moore, and Suzanne Weaver. Executive Director of High Schools Paula Phelps, Deputy Superintendent Ron Thiele, Deputy Superintendent Josh Almy, Principal Andrea McCormick, honored guests, family, friends, and the Issaquah High School's graduating class of 2018. My name is Karen Junn, and I've had the privilege of being your senior class president, and I'm honored to be a part of this talented graduating class. I would like to thank my parents, brother, grandpa, extended family and friends, and the Issaquah teachers and staff who have supported me the past 12 years and are here today to celebrate our accomplishments we've made in high school. These years have gone by so quickly. I am so grateful to have shared this chapter of my life with you, and some of which I've known since preschool. No matter the time spent together, we spent it well. 18 years ago, when we came into this world, we were screaming babies, unable to do anything but to be in the moment. We were curious about everything, laughed at the slightest things that were even remotely amusing, and when something was within our reach, we grabbed it. It wasn't until we had more responsibilities that things got more complicated and distracted us from living simply. And seniors, as we head off to the next chapter of our lives, I advise you to do just that. Live in the moment. Approach new things with curiosity. Don't forget to laugh a little now and then, and when opportunities come your way, grab them. Never forget to live in the moment. Now our class has undergone many firsts and changes. The girls' track and field team has won Kinko's 4 years consecutively. The robotics team made it to nationals. We revived the tradition of painting a mural for the hallways, and we are the first class to have 2 new cords at graduation, athletic and club cords. Our accomplishments span much further than Issaquah. There are many of you going to the military, attending college, entering the workforce, or taking a gap year. We will take many different roads from this place, and they will lead us to places we would have never imagined. Our journeys will be filled with emotional memories, some of them joyful and some of them painful. I urge you to embrace them all. They are what makes us who we are and what makes me so proud to be a part of this community. So congratulations, class of 2018. Best of luck on this new adventure. Don't forget, when opportunities come your way, grab them, and remember to live in the moment. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Principal Andrea McCormick.
Good afternoon, parents, family, friends, Issaquah High School class of 2018. Welcome and congratulations. Today is a celebration of years of hard work by our students and the support of their friends and families. It is my privilege to honor you here today. Earning a diploma in the Issaquah School District is an accomplishment. You have read a lot, solved problems, analyzed concepts, asked and answered tough questions, and much more. You have met, and in many of your cases, exceeded the standards. In this class, we are among national title winners, thousands and thousands of hours of community service as a class, AA degrees, overcoming significant family hardships, and just academic awesomeness. I hope that in the process of earning your diploma and achieving so many successes, you also learned a lot about yourself. Knowing yourself is knowing your strengths and weaknesses, your habits, feelings, and beliefs, and knowing how others perceive you and react to you. It means knowing your true self and knowing how you fit into this world. If you ask anyone, they will say that they are self-aware. Not true. Recent studies have found that self-awareness is a rare quality actually found in fewer than 15% of people. Why is this important? The Dalai Lama said to be aware of a single shortcoming within oneself is more useful than to be aware of thousands in someone else. Knowing yourself is important for leadership and professional success and for personal and social well-being. It is what you should use as your foundation for making all of life's hard choices. Knowing yourself should help you handle some of the hard things that life will ultimately throw all of your way. Knowing yourself should help you find a job that you are good at and that you enjoy. Knowing yourself should help you find the best person for you to spend the rest of your life with. So take a second and think. What do you really enjoy? What do you do really well? What kind of environment do you thrive in? What are some things you might need to be cautious of, or things that you'd like to work on within yourself? What are your core values, and can people rely on you to be true to those values? The good news is that who you are today is not who you were yesterday and not who you'll be tomorrow. People evolve and change. Knowing yourself is ongoing work, and this is just the beginning. Here are some things that I hope each of you get to do as you discover yourself. Travel. Are you a museum and go, go, go kind of traveler? Adjust well to different time zones? Are you a good person to be on a road trip with, or someone that likes to just relax on the beach? I hope that you learn. Are you a lifelong learner who can't get enough of every topic, or are you someone that likes to dive deeper and deeper into your specialty? I hope that you serve. Whether it's getting a job in a service field or volunteer work, any sort of community service you do, it helps, and communities are stronger when we all serve one another. Relationships. You're going to have so many incredible opportunities to form meaningful relationships. Relationships take work, hard work, and knowing yourself is a bulk of that work. Staying in touch with your parents and your siblings is important. Are you someone that's going to be good at that, or someone that's going to need to set yourself some reminders? You're also going to have and be other people's bosses and colleagues, great or terrible roommates, neighbors, friends. How do you make sure that you're giving the best version of yourself in all of these relationships? One thing that I can promise you, in all of these scenarios, wherever you go from here, in education, in work, and in love, there you will be. You will be the center of all of it. So think, knowing you, what are you capable of? What can you set your sights on? I hope you take time to truly know yourself so you can love yourself and find a place in this world to give the best version of you. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Ms. McCormick. I would like to invite the class of 2018 staff selected speaker, Dion Lillo, to the podium.
Before I begin, I would like to share 3 statements from our seniors that are illustrative of our class and our high school experience as a whole. From Haley Morris, I am eternally grateful for the things I have learned, the people I have met, the sports I've played, and my wonderful teachers that have done everything in their power to ensure that I am successful. As put by Isabel Williams, Issaquah students are really willing to be vulnerable and put themselves out there to connect with others, and that's why we have such an openly diverse and engaging student body. From her time at IHS, Ubita Jimenez has learned that no one is really alone. Someone out there knows exactly what you're going through, and you shouldn't be afraid to say so. For the last 4 years, I have had the honor to walk the hallways of Issaquah High School alongside impassioned, bright, and talented students. These individuals include Willow Abplanalp and Brenna Bruce, who memorized and performed 150+ lines of Shakespeare in front of an audience 4 nights in a row. Others, such as Tyler Palmgren, Jack Latham, and Joey Jensen, were champions in robotics, sports medicine, and track and field. That is track and field, by the way. Joey can run and throw like nobody's business. We even have Abby Hyrick, who is gifted on the bassoon, the hardcore DECA students, such as Lauren Milne and Grace Chen, and the JSA students passionate about politics and debate, such as Nora Morrissey and Kendall Smith. Issaquah High School's brilliance is built on this collection of students who have used their differences to create a warm community unique from other high schools. Nationwide, many students have to endure rigorous AP classes, but we have Claudia Longo to get Miss Crane's 3rd period to sing karaoke in class all year. Yes, students at other schools have to deal with getting up day after day to be half asleep in 1st period, but students at Issaquah High School feel pride on Monday mornings when they figure out a physics problem together because Mr. Fernandez isn't at school. Again. And finally, there are those many smaller aspects that make IHS so memorable. We love the smiles that we get from the students in LRC2, like Travis and Jessica, during lunch. We don't just finish each other's sentences, but we finish each other's Vine references. And we hear Peter's, "Good morning, Issaquah," during iVision. All of these extraordinary seniors remind us to smile, laugh, and stray outside of our comfort zones in a world where competition and stress seem to have dictated our every move. Ultimately, we're students who go above and beyond expectations and are much more than what we put on our college applications and resumes. To be honest, it is a shame that we cannot highlight all of our wonderful qualities on these forms. We're forced to narrow ourselves down to a list of one-word descriptive traits, but hardly allowed to explain why those traits are so essential to who we are. I know that Sunny Tsi is a persistent, brave, and hardworking individual because of her positive attitude and permanent smile as she challenged herself in 3 AP classes, Shakespeare, and public speaking, all of which she learned in a second language in a country she did not grow up in. Her resilience and academic risk-taking are qualities that embody our class. Each of us knows what makes us special, and we certainly don't need a college acceptance or a perfectly mapped out future to give us validation of this. While we have spent the last 4 years trying to be good students, I believe it's more important to be a good human being. We must never underestimate the power in comforting each other in AP Lang group chats or giving compliments to actors who just performed a scene from Romeo and Juliet during English class. Even something as simple as sending a happy birthday snap to a friend can really make a positive difference. This class is home to extraordinary humans who have grown in monumental ways while contributing little by little to each other's daily lives. Making another person smile in class can go a long way when coupled with our will to succeed. The future is bright for us, Issaquah, not only because of how we have academically proven ourselves in high school, but also because we have gained experience in creating lasting friendships and practicing kindness. Our dreams are some of our most powerful motivators, even if they are as ambitious as Mita Campella's goal to become the first cardiothoracic surgeon on Mars, a goal that will surely get her far in life. Colleen Ball's goal to become a teacher and enrich the lives of students one at a time will truly help shape the world for the better. Tage Baumgartner cannot be here with us today because he is at military boot camp, where he is already fulfilling his dream of serving our country. This world needs driven individuals who will push past obstacles in order to achieve their goals, while still dedicating time towards helping others around them. I hope that as we leave Issaquah High, we are mindful about what makes us happy, what brings us sadness, and what absolutely infuriates us, and we allow these visceral emotions to guide our future decisions. Let's go out into this world, Issaquah, and when we see something that needs to be changed, let's change it. Let's take action where there is injustice and not just sit around expecting others to make the change we want to happen. Throughout our time at Issaquah High School, we have interacted with highly motivated intellectuals who truly care about one another. So let's apply this exact same mentality to all of our future endeavors and everyday lives. We are the class of 2018. We are Issaquah. We are the future of this country, and we will change the world for the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Dion. I would now like to introduce our student speaker, Peter Orfanos.
Good afternoon, Issaquah. My name is Peter Orfanos, and this is graduation. Today concludes one of the earliest and shortest chapters of our lives, high school. Although at times it may have felt like one of the longest passages of our stories, we successfully made it to the final page, and that deserves a round of applause. Of course, none of us would be in these seats without the constant support from our wonderful administration, teachers, and parents. So let's all take a moment to recognize their tireless efforts in helping us reach this incredible achievement. Thanks, Mom. I seriously cannot believe that we are here at Safeco Field, in the seats we had only imagined being in. And quite frankly, it almost seems impossible after everything we have endured. There was the fire on the dance floor junior year, caused by my highly acclaimed dance moves. The roasting of some of our essays after asking Miss Dean to edit them. There was my first girlfriend, the second girlfriend, the third girlfriend, and the realization that maybe I was just a little bit whipped. Yep. And our English teachers have made us read more than enough books over the past 4 years, besides from Things Fall Apart. That one was actually pretty interesting. What? Are you expecting me to make an Okonkwo Dies joke? Well, I'm sorry to say, class of 2018, but all those died out already. Tough crowd, man. On a more serious note, isn't it ironic that the book most of us were legitimately interested to read was the one spoiled for us? I remember one of the first times I walked into Issaquah High School, a large, burly man with a beard anxiously approached me, and I was both terrified and confused as to why this behemoth crept closer. Suddenly, the hairy senior stared down at me and unleashed a huge roar. Okonkwo dies, leaving me petrified and shook as to why this behemoth said that. I would later learn that this so-called Okonkwo was the main character of Chinua Achebe's novel, Things Fall Apart, which excited me to actually read the novel freshman year. Now, why were we, the class of 2018, so interested to read a book that we knew the ending of, but dreaded ones that we did not? Because in our own personal stories, it is impossible to know the conclusion. We do not have a large, burly man with a beard yelling our destiny at us. We cannot quickly skim through Spark Notes like I'm sure many of us did throughout the years. And we certainly cannot skip ahead to Chapter 8 while we are still on Chapter 3. We must stay engaged with the text presented to us. On one thing that I learned after being the first family member to leave Chicago since my grandparents immigrated to the United States from a small Greek village named Andrea was that there will be ambiguous parts of our stories that provoke us into two different perspectives. One, anxiously desiring an upcoming chapter, or two, desperately wishing to live in a previous one. When my mother and father informed my sister and I that our family would be moving to Issaquah, I had no clue what the upcoming text of my book would read. During the month leading up to the first day of 8th grade, my only friends were located across the country where I could only hang out with them in an Xbox Live party chat. I found myself refusing to embrace the new adventure presented to me as I made it increasingly difficult to move on to the next page. It wasn't until the first day of school that flipping the page became much easier when I introduced myself to the basketball boys, who were told I was supposed to be a 6'5" basketball prospect. Pretty underwhelming first impression if you ask me. As months passed, I grew closer to this group of guys who introduced me to my new home and quickly became my best friends. Years after my arrival, however, I noticed myself falling into a monotonous schedule sheltered by familiar ideas and faces that I secluded myself to. The lines of my story became repetitive, and my patience for the next portion of my book began to dwindle. It wasn't until junior year that I realized all we can do in life is attentively read the next word on the page while acknowledging the previous chapters that led us to where we are now. In my AP English language class, I was introduced and reintroduced to faces that I did not invite into my life, and I can confidently say that since then, my life has gained much more purpose. I explored my own passions and finally opened my spectrum to new possibilities and personalities that have inspired me to attack each and every day with an unbreakable zest and curiosity for life, something that all of you must try. I divulged into the minor details of every sentence with an open mind and stopped peeking too far ahead into my story. It was during this time of staying in the now that I realized defining success was determinant on an individual's values. For some people, success may be dictated by a certain salary, a job, a GPA, a prestigious university, an award. You get the picture. But if I were to give you one piece of advice for your life, it is that you should determine success by the amount of quality memories and relationships you possess. I could tell you from personal experience that my memories over the past 4 years were not inspired by refusing to flip the page or creeping too far ahead. Instead, when I look back on the past 4 years, my memories are derived from every minor detail of cheering on the purple and gold with my incredibly passionate classmates at Gary Moore Stadium, challenging my own ideologies with the unique perspectives of my peers in the classroom, bouncing up and down to kill the lights in various kitchens and garages, meeting up late at night with friends, big emphasis on friends, at the Sunset Elementary School parking lot. And how could I forget the sweaty, musty dance floors fueled by the one and only DJ Marquis? And you know, none of these memories would be possible without all of you. And before I get off this podium, I would like to thank the uniquely welcoming class of 2018 sitting in front of me. You have touched my heart in ways you cannot imagine, embraced me with open arms, and shaped me into the person I am today. For that, I will forever be grateful and reminisce on my high school years only in joy. Now I challenge you, the graduating class of 2018, to read your book without ignoring a sentence. Do not look too far behind. You'll miss the memories located on the page you should be on. Do not read too far ahead. You'll reach that page eventually. And certainly do not envy somebody else's book, because every letter is written directly for you. Now, translate these upcoming words into meaningful memories and hold on to them tightly, Issaquah. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Finally, I would like to introduce our faculty speaker, Jackie Bueller, who will be immediately followed by Issaquah High School's Mix It Up singing Seasons of Love.
Welcome, family, friends, and class of 2018. I am so thrilled to have the opportunity to address you all today. I feel a special connection to this class since you have been a part of my entire journey back to IHS. Yes, I said back because 9 years ago, almost to the day, I walked across this same stage as a graduate of Issaquah High School. Then 4 years ago, I walked back into a very different looking high school, this time eager to start the year as a teacher. I looked out at all of you, a bunch of bright-eyed, somewhat terrified freshmen, many of whom even all these years later have a similar look right now. When thinking about what I wanted to share with you all today, I went back and forth. Should I try and be funny, inspirational, dare I say, political? But the consistent thing that kept emerging was a desire to share what I have learned from all of you. To share the qualities I have seen that define this school, this class, and ultimately this generation. As I mentioned, I graduated about 10 years ago, which officially solidifies my position as a millennial. And although many of my students would like to argue otherwise, we are officially of a different generation. Bring up millennials in any conversation and you will likely be met with rolled eyes and stereotypes of lazy, entitled individuals. But after years of headlines about my generation, the millennials, it is clear to me that a new group of young people is poised to make its mark on the world. And that brings me to you, class of 2018. This post-millennial generation still has several potential names, but has most commonly been called Generation Z, or the I generation, like the iPhone. You are widely considered to be young people born in the mid-1990s, and by 2020, you will account for 1/3 of the US population. Gen Z is also the most diverse in American history, and the first made up of a group of people who don't know a world without the internet or smartphones. And in the wake of several high-profile recent events this year, the world is starting to pay closer attention to this generation who are next in line as our technological, cultural, political, and business leaders. Of all the distinguishing characteristics of your generation, there are 3 that I think, if harnessed for good, will make you a critical one. First is your unique comfort with technology. Now, we aren't talking about the comfort with Snapchat or Instagram that is often on display during some of your teacher's most important lessons, but rather an inclination to rely on technology first. In fact, 40% of Generation Z said that working Wi-Fi was more important to them than working bathrooms. That's true. And 66% say that technology makes them feel that anything is possible. Millennials, my generation, were pioneers in the digital age. We witnessed the introduction of social media and smartphones. Gen Z, your generation, did not witness these innovations, but rather you were born into universal connectivity. Ensure that you use your access to technology for good. Use it as a tool to include, not exclude, to stay informed, not ignorant. Secondly, Gen Z is more realistic than they are optimistic. You will be more realistic thanks to your straight-shooting Gen X parents, growing up in a recession, and only knowing your country post 9/11. Interestingly, though, paired with your practicality is a shifting set of values that prioritize things like equality and diversity, which some would argue are pretty idealistic. As a result, compared to other generations, you are becoming more involved in social activism at a much earlier stage in life and pursuing changes to problems you see in the world. So in order to effectively do that, find a good balance between realism and optimism. And lastly, you are truly the most global generation. Generation Z interacts with their global peers with greater fluidity than any other generation before. As more of the world comes online, borders will continue to disappear, solidifying you as global citizens. With your ever-present interconnectedness, use it as an opportunity to learn and practice empathy. Remember that acknowledging the wisdom and experience of someone different than you doesn't diminish your own experience, but in turn enhances it. As I mentioned before, the formal label for your generation is not yet defined, but one of the other monikers that has been suggested is the pivotal generation. Pivotal, that's the label that I think fits best. In the wake of the Marjory Stoneman Douglas shooting earlier this year, journalist Dan Rather shared a sentiment that has stayed with me. He said, "The voice of a child is often a clarion call to action. In their purity lies passion and courage. They are our future, and when they roar, they will be heard and shake the status quo of our nation." I would add to that not only are you our future, but you are our present. A pivotal generation. So please, take that label with you. Don't wear it as something that entitles you, but rather as a fire inside of you, something that motivates you and inspires you. Harness a lever that will move the world forward. That is my charge to you, to be pivotal. Congrats, class of 2018, you did it.
minutes, 525,000 warm and so deep, 525,600 do. How do you measure a year?
In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in 525,600 days. How do you measure a year in the life?
How about love?
Seasons of love,
As principal of Issaquah High School, it is my pleasure to certify that these students before us have met the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Washington and the Issaquah School District Board of Directors. I'd now like to introduce School Board President Ann Moore.
Thank you, and congratulations to the Issaquah High School class of 2018. It's quite an accomplishment after 13 years of school to finally reach your high school graduation. I'm proud of you, as well as all your family and friends that are here today. As you get ready to embark on the next step of life's journey, I'd like to share my top 10 tips on thriving after high school. Number 1, set goals that challenge you. Whether you're going to college, specialty training, the workforce, the military, set goals that make you work hard to reach them and then do the hard work to reach those goals. Your sense of accomplishment will be tremendous. Number 2, be persistent through those challenges. If your goal is worth reaching, it will be difficult at times. Learning that you can succeed in the face of adversity is empowering. Or learning that something that doesn't work leads you to my number 3, which is be resilient. Know that there isn't just one path to reach your goal. Sometimes we learn more when we stumble than when we succeed. Each of those steps or missteps teaches us something new. Number 4, find good people to support you. A mentor in your chosen field will be invaluable. Number 5, be kind to people around you and they will return that kindness. Number 6, get involved, join a club, make new friends, because life is better when you live it with other good people. Number 7, help those in need. There are endless ways to serve your community. Find a way that works for you. Number 8, be innovative. Look for new ways to do things, or better yet, invent something new. It's amazing the technological advances that have been made in your lifetime alone, and hard to imagine the changes that will occur in the next 18 years. You might be the one making the next big discovery. Number 9, vote. Anytime you have the right to vote, make sure you exercise it. And lastly, number 10, be healthy. Everyone needs a balance between work and play. Live life in a way that ensures you have both good physical and mental health. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, I accept Ms. McCormick's verification that these Issaquah High School students have met the requirements set forth by the Board of Directors of the Issaquah School District and the State of Washington. They are officially accepted as the Issaquah High School graduating class of 2018. Congratulations.
Pierce Moen.
Jose Hernandez.
Julia Lilly.
Kyle Hansen.
Carolyn Ray Dean.
Jameson Liu.
Stephanie O.
Cole Gorey.
Jacob Jorgensen.
Brenna Bruce.
Lucas Speckhart.
Tony Gong.
Margot Check.
Su Ching Lin.
Jasmine Redmond.
Caitlin Maloney.
Taylor Crow.
Adrian Ogden.
Gage Nardi.
Willow Helmuth.
Caitlin Skinner.
Liam Connors.
Daniel Eskenazi.
Hunter Overstreet.
Joseph Underwood.
Dan Leach.
Jeremiah Kim.
Anthony Stevens Kirkman.
Grace Chen.
Garrett White.
Claudia Longo.
Paul Creekmore.
Mackenzie Crandall.
Maxwell Stottle.
Mariah Van Holm.
Jacob Barsher.
Kenna Clausen.
Brandon Hammond.
Emma Smith.
Torin Dye.
Claire Siefkis.
Trevor Melee.
Karina Novotny.
Ben Aliabadi.
Willow Abplanelp.
Daniel Zipfel.
Brian Lim.
Glenn Findley.
Andrew Molaroni.
Mitchell Kawaguchi.
Tyler Palmgren.
Gus Baumert.
Alina Ruzika.
Tyler Hakita.
Elise Burdett.
Bryce McIntosh.
Sammy Corman.
Eric Castanagwe.
Lauren Haas.
Matt Foley.
Andy Kolasinski.
Max Dahlquist.
Kason Prescott.
Nicholas Dahlquist.
Meghana Raman.
Pranav Sarda.
Isabel Gonzalez.
Nedia Arizola.
Catherine Tui.
Quinn Hancock.
Chirismita Campella.
Thomas Sandbag.
Elsa Bean.
Kahal Odi.
Zachary Dunkelberger.
Grant Williams.
Daniel Barnett.
Sarag Saror.
Allison Genson.
Nicholas Junn.
Julia Kim.
Mitchell Wong.
Caitlin Dang.
Marcus Tang.
Kendall Genson.
Arhan Srikumar.
Annika Smith.
Toby Noble.
Savannah Self.
Alexia Brown.
Rolyu Shin.
Allison Altamore.
Jingy Shao.
Madison Perkins.
Jinyi Pang.
Sarah Sager.
Padma Prabhargan.
Laura Heffernan.
Avery Lee.
Mary Heffernan.
Jennifer Lee.
Julie Carlson. Barrett Olested.
Michelle Lee. Emily Sue.
Isabel Fierstein.
Shelby Zellmaker.
Emily Arden Bressler.
Lily Curran.
Ariana Nichian.
Noah Moorhead Weinstein.
Krista Hamilton.
Alex Schmidt.
Shirley Zoe.
David Jackson.
Carl Lindor.
Aubrietta McCrone.
Thor Stoppard.
Alex Castillo.
Gisela Valderrama.
Ivan Dimitrov.
Anna Lindahl.
Alex Hutchinson.
Julia Chestnut.
Dylan Israel.
Kendall Breeden.
Stephanie Powell.
Matthew Milan.
Esteban Fortier.
Tyler Stone.
Heidi Lynn.
Bane Johnson.
Sonia Ershad.
Jacob Knight.
Veronica Tolasa.
Zachary Wilson.
Daniela Villegas.
Rashawn Evans.
Rebecca Alcantar.
Kaylin Carr.
Sarah Thompson.
Elias Kazemi.
Isabella Brown.
Gunwoo Koo.
Madeline Kirkjewett.
Travis Lomax.
Jennifer Heward.
Sophia Narasawa.
Preston Hunter.
Christopher Liu.
Nathan Achterman.
Jacob Tebby.
Teddy Colton.
Jake Jung.
Kenzie Wall.
Jonathan O.
Megan Oberberger.
Isaiah Kim.
Colleen Ball.
June On.
Abigail Greenberg Hyrick.
Tony On.
Megan Callens.
Brian Hong.
Grace Heller.
Sumit Kire.
Callie Mejia.
Macy White.
Haley Morris.
Tyler Sprinkle.
Claire Imai Takamura.
Manvi Saxena.
Anna Burles.
Lisa Lee.
Kieran Gleason.
Emily Kim.
Nick Mason.
Jasmine Wee.
Melody Telegas.
Kelly Chen.
Isabel Gruby.
Jasmine Wynn.
Miles Wheeler.
Bailey Faulkner.
Jeremiah Vasquez.
Nora Morsi.
Jaden McGraw.
Tanya Bati.
William Sebastian.
Kavya Kumar.
Lila Yanni.
Athena Benjamin.
Catherine Bonsi.
Lily Ann Vu.
Ria Manoharan.
Kendall Smith.
Rithu Manoharan.
Catherine Slade.
Megan Vandenberg.
Emily Coe.
Maxwell Huang.
Rebecca Walker.
Max White.
Bailey Grieve.
Dennis Arkarov.
Brianna Grieve.
Lyndon Cartwright.
Shannon Victory.
Cassandra Mayers.
Keelan Dillon.
Anthony White.
Haven Moo.
Eric Kim.
Andreza Linz.
Jamie Kim.
Elena Chow.
Cheyenne Kamau.
Pierre Bagel.
Lauren Milne.
Isabella DePaulo.
Bethany Machieski.
Abigail Bussey.
Madison Oldham.
Kate Vaughter.
Michael Andrews.
Ellie Jo Cook.
Nicole Gasson.
Chloe Sullivan.
Drew Workman.
Abigail Jones.
David Delano.
Maya Witherspoon.
Trinity Collier.
Josie Batura.
Eli Kunitz.
Sam Foster.
Santiago Alfaro.
Claire Spiegel.
Emily Davis.
Rebecca Gay.
Samuel Berenson.
Rachel Lee.
Logan Swim.
Margaret Hirsch.
Lizette Whiteside.
Cherokee Sun Goodson Bell.
Mackenzie Day.
Jennifer Waxman.
Serapho Abaka.
Quinn Yurichuk.
Sophie McKenney.
Chloe Coldrick.
Katie Nelson.
Grace Anfinson.
Grace Morton.
Caroline O'Neill. Emily Page Wilson.
Joshua Lee.
Sean Greer.
Austin Denton.
Jake Poffenbarger.
Alan Bersch.
Daniel Barukin.
Zachary Motz.
Samuel McIntyre.
Liam Green.
Cole Chase.
Rebecca Ellis.
Connor Goodman.
Emma Grayson.
Caleb Lee.
Andrew Lee.
Benjamin Davis.
Wesley Lamb.
Cole Thomas.
Henry Dye.
Kenneth Ollendorf.
Zizan Song.
Christopher Orlendorf.
Andrew Nelson.
Nick Angel.
Zachariah Marachek.
Janae Pomeroy.
Catherine Lynn.
Griffin Fish.
Preston Lee.
Blake Adams.
He wants Gabriel Garay.
Anthony Tew.
Gabriel Garay.
David Johnson.
Jared Humany.
Tristan Cox.
Ben Pydick.
Maya Elliott.
Jackson Powers.
Alana Lofink.
Joseph Jensen.
Jonathan Kern.
Will Farmer.
Chase Bellis. Annabelle Bradley.
Cam Rorda.
Seth Taliansich.
Brandon Lee.
Max Pino.
Sean Gosnell.
Benjamin Sahayak.
Victoria Lash.
Julia Donahue.
Sophie Walker.
Julia Donahue.
Cassidy Ferguson.
Ben Phelps.
Cassidy Ferguson.
Kirsty Johnson.
Ethan Hickey.
Kirsty Johnson.
Lauren Weisberg.
Andres Salvador.
Lauren Weisberg.
Claire Kale.
Justin Buckner.
Claire Kale.
Jada Chapman.
Jared Youngian.
Jada Chapman.
Amanda Ferguson.
Macklin Mahavlich.
Amanda Ferguson.
Zachary McBride.
Hope Fujinaga.
Jeffrey Kent.
Zachary Van Dyke.
Jeffrey Cash.
Cam Thomas.
Landon Johnston Borboa.
Abigail
Connor Chan.
Abigail Fox.
Adamina DeLuca.
Aaron Davidson.
Adamina DeLupin.
Jack David Latham.
Rachel McInnes.
Nicholas Moffett.
Brendan C.
Ryan Kwan.
Alexis Lay Espinosa.
Ryan Kwan.
Sandesh Karkis.
Marcus Marr.
Sandesh Karna.
Devin Panjwani.
Raphael Marcinek.
Cecilia Bailey.
Zach Gergen.
Samuel Bailey.
Nick Swallow.
Jack Curtis, and presenting his diploma is his mom.
Anthony Bonadies.
Megan Amento.
Marcos Aguilar.
Sage Goddard.
Luke Riley.
Eric Bell.
Jasmine Carter.
Hannah Dyer.
Talia Allen.
Elena Moshman.
Emily Angel.
Jillian Henready.
Natalie Hayes.
Ava Manning.
Adrian Vanoni.
Grace Romley.
Will Boatwright.
Sherry On.
Gavin Krell.
Sneha Padmanabhan.
Anna Gorbacheva.
Mackenzie Izega.
Sophia Onat.
Alex Yakubu.
Ariana Gossamy.
Cole Matioy.
Madison Schroeder.
Rhea Seitzma.
Edmund McHugh.
Alexandria Aristad.
Jack Kramer.
Lauren Rosen.
Tom Burniston.
Jordana Goldberg.
Logan Ainsworth.
Isabel Williams.
David Brunner.
Liam Anderson.
Calicia Williams.
Alexander Fullerton.
Ronnie Williams.
Brianna Vogler.
Anna Elder.
Jake Shin.
Sydney Marin.
Anthony Letcher.
Kristen Osborne.
Tiffany Offray.
Rachel Bodwin.
Alexander Rentz.
Sarah Larson.
Kyle Millis.
Ananya Trujillo.
Silas Linneman.
Cameron Unson.
Avery Tan.
McKenna Palmer.
Ethan Urbina.
Samantha Wartchow.
Jade Griffiths.
Amelia Kirilenko.
Graham Wrightson.
Skylar Humbird.
Samudra Moar.
Liz Pake.
Brandon Liu.
Tiffany Arthur.
Torin Crockett.
Tiffany Clark.
Seth Persad.
Sunny Key.
Ubadixi Jimenez Castañeda.
Jessica Lilly.
Mia Liwa.
Rebecca Craig.
Sana Monser.
Courtney Colden.
Elijah Morris.
Layla Jamal.
Jack Carpenter.
Emma Gillespie.
Isaac Ainsley.
Kaylee Hodges.
David Overholt.
Sydney McKee Sargent.
Alexander Brewer.
Kyrie Kelly.
Nicholas Duplash.
Garrett Pomeroy.
Roberto Bernal Stamba.
Sophia Valvis.
Lucas Vigil.
Nicholas Hurang.
Caleb Solusad.
Caden Swords.
Natalie Reed.
Nathan Thomas.
Ian Breeze.
Aiden Masters.
Nicole Robles Garcia.
Andres Dazel.
Griffin Boone.
Zach Yukish.
Vivin Sathishan.
Adrian Wally.
Brandon Wells.
Erica Huang.
Maya Tucker.
Otis Pimpleton.
Noah Florsheim.
Nathan Chu.
Nisita Pukanasat.
Akim Milanov.
Tanchanuk Nichitiran.
Samantha Davis.
Jenner Sapienza.
Eleanor Saramgard.
Caleb Losi.
Ruby Fulford.
Nathan Streams.
Maria Keysweater.
Davis Carmichael.
Friana Capadia.
Dan Constantinescu.
Samuel Lee.
Lucas Dolliver.
Anel Mendoza.
Jordan Christ.
Bruno Pelaz.
Luke George.
Jordan Wallace.
Dill Tiagarajan.
Aspen Ridgeway.
Nicholas Rogers.
Shay Alexis Taylor.
Jared Putney.
Abby Hansen.
Shannon Davis.
Kyle Yoshihara.
Yilong Tang.
Josiah Wilson.
Blake Worsfold.
Jaden Breland.
Trent Zent.
Caden Thomas.
Gabby Gaston.
April Wallenstein.
Blake Wills.
Stuart Irwin.
Devin Newman.
Henry Brown.
Michaela Erickson.
Karen Junn.
Jacob Diaz.
Dion Lillo.
Elliot Fu.
Peter Alfanos.
Malia Stewart. Mahera Bulsari. Devin P.K. Charles. Jacob Zamano.
Will the class of 2018 please stand? It is now time for us to transition from students to graduates. Will you please turn your tassel? I would like to present to you the Issaquah High School graduating class of 2018. Congratulations.